Hello, everyone. My name is Aidan Paul. I'm a creative technologies and business management double major, and I'm really excited today to share with y'all my portfolio that I've been working on. The last couple of years at Berry have been a really awesome experience. I've got to learn a lot of new things, and I've got to grow a lot as an individual and really hone the skills that I enjoy doing. Before I kind of jump into that, just a little bit about me and who I am. I am somebody who loves to adventure and explore the world, whether it's just kind of like traveling locally and doing new things, maybe trying new foods or whatnot, or even just going international and getting to immerse myself in new cultures and kind of see how the world works outside of my little bubble here at Barry. And so for me, it's like that kind of adventuring and exploring is really important to me because that's how we learn and that's how we do new things. And I've had a really amazing time here at Berry, getting to just do those things, especially in the creative technologies program, getting to explore a lot of different elements about technology and kind of really getting to hone into what I really like to do. And so today, I'm talking, my theme is developing software for data-driven decision making. And really what that means is that throughout my time at Creative Technologies, I've really found that I love making programs that help solve and kind of refine data to kind of be able to help people go forward and make new decisions and kind of move forward with their things. Especially now in today's world, there's so much technology. Everything that we do is becoming more and more integrated to the internet and connected to everything else. We all have our phones on us. Those are always collecting data, and now even things like our refrigerators and thermostats are connected. And so there's so much data, and so I think this is a really awesome opportunity space to be able to develop in and work with. And so I've made some really great projects. Today I'm going to share 3 projects that kind of really define their work in this space, and then kind of switch gears after that and share a little bit about my capstone that I've been working on this semester. So for my first project I'd like to share is the DesiSense dashboard. So this was a partner project focused on evaluating the sound levels in the quiet space of the library. So some of y'all may have heard my partner speak a little bit on kind of the hardware and technical side of things. So I focused a lot on the actually programming and filtering out that data. And so one thing that was really important to us is that the quiet space in the library sometimes is not used appropriately, and so this project sought to figure out actually how loud the quiet space is compared to other spaces in the library, and what times those were to see if we could actually move forward with creating that better space for people to study in. And so this was a really cool project because it focused on working with community partners, and as such, I really wanted to design a web interface that was easily accessible to anyone and everyone and easy to read. Sometimes I think in creative technologies, as we're designing things, we kind of think, oh yeah, like I can read this, I understand what's going on. And so this was a really great opportunity to be able to design something for people who maybe aren't as technically inclined, who are more focused just on, like I said, this is the library staff, so they're focused on how can we make this better, and our job is to help them do that. And so one thing, if you look over on the right side of the dashboard, was there's 3 little red dots. This was really important to the design as these red dots, they're red right now because the study is complete, but when the study was going on, they would be green, indicating that the sensors were live and collecting data. One thing with the study is that it's really important that your data is accurate and correct. And so this would allow us, me and my partner in real time, to check on our sensors to see if they were still active. Sometimes in a community space, they could be tampered with or unplugged. And so we were able to make sure that they were going throughout the remaining length of the study. And that was a really great way to just be able to make sure that our data was clean and formatted. Kind of in the end of this project, we had 3 different sensors in the library. One of them with the louder decibel levels was the one that was just in the normal space of the library where everyone's allowed to talk. And the other 2, which are much lower, so you can see the quiet space is generally being utilized. However, we found that in the late hours of the evening, that space wasn't being utilized as properly as it should have, which can be really detrimental, especially here at Berry College. Like, we are college students, and a lot of times these people in the quiet space go there for a place to study, cramming for finals, working on projects late. And so we want to make sure that that space is the greatest that it can be. And so this was really awesome because it allowed us to have empirical data that we could show to the library staff to be able to make decisions, maybe monitoring the space better in the later evenings, putting up more signage just to be respectful to those around you. And so that was a really awesome opportunity that we had to kind of be able to collect the data and move forward with it. The second project I like to talk about is the auto cart. So this project was really awesome to work with. And a lot of times when we think about data, we think about just like ones and zeros and names and addresses, but we don't actually think about the unstructured data like images, audio, and those kind of things. And so the auto cart was a really cool opportunity to be able to work with that unstructured data and turn it into something that we could actually work with to be able to do. So the auto cart is a self-driving golf cart, and it would take images from a webcam connected to the cart to be able to navigate a pathway or we did it on biking trail, to be able to navigate it on the path. So here you can kind of see it working. It would take, like I said, just a visual representation of what it was seeing in front of it, and it would collect the colors that were directly in front of it, which is really great because if it was on concrete, if it was on asphalt, cement, or the time of day had changed, it was still able to recognize what was road and then make decisions about that using like dynamic thresholding. And so it could easily determine where the road was going, see if it needed to move left, right, stay straight. And so that was a really, really cool opportunity to work on. It was done using Java and OpenCV. I think this project really kind of defines the iterativeness of programming. Obviously, kind of jumping at this project, head on was not the best. This kind of, our end result took a lot of work and refinements. Figuring out what those thresholding values were, figuring out how best to collect which data it was taking. There's a lot of different approaches to it, as there's a lot of different stuff in the image. So what do we want to actually use for that? And so, like I said, I think this is a really great project to work on, especially now in the world as a lot of companies are starting to move into this kind of autonomous machinery, especially things like Tesla and other companies. You can kind of see that, and so I really, really enjoyed working on this, and I felt that it really kind of helped me kind of figure out what I wanted to do, kind of in the space of data, and sometimes making programs that aren't quite what we think when we think about data. So for my third project, testing the waters, this was a really cool project because it focused on teaching youth in Norway about ocean acidification. And this, essentially, the topic of ocean acidification, has a lot of complex scientific numbers and details. But I really wanted to kind of narrow that down and design something that could be used to teach kids about this big problem. And so what I did was I allowed students to come up to the table, and they would be given pH strips and have various water samples that they could collect, that they could test to see what the acidity was, measurement, or kind of record it, see what the acidity was based on the last 1,000 years of the ocean water, and then kind of record their data and kind of find what they were working with. And so how I kind of programmed this software was this main piece in the center uses an Arduino and a color sensor, and essentially allows students, when they test the pH of the water, depending on kind of what year it was, they would log that, but then they could actually see how are these numbers actually impacting what's in the ocean. And so it allowed them to insert their pH strip into the device, and the coral would flash green and change colors and whatnot if it was in a city that it could thrive in. But if the acidity was too high when a student inserted their pH strip, it would turn red and start to fade out, indicating kind of in real time what exactly the effects of acidity have on what's in our ocean. And this was really, really awesome because it allowed me to kind of narrow down like a really big complex topic into something that's a little bit more manageable, even just for youth to understand, and allow us to have some really great discussions about it, about how we can reduce our impact on the environment and kind of reduce our carbon footprint. So those are my three projects that kind of really focus on the project space of developing software for data-driven decision making and how we can go forward. And this last semester, I still kind of stuck in the programming realm, but I decided to develop a video game called Voyage Afar. And this is a mobile social deduction game. Social deduction is kind of where players are thrown into a game, not really sure of who their teammates are, so they have to kind of problem solve, evaluate who's on their side, trying to complete similar objectives. And this was a game that was created for, like I said, mobile devices. That's also multiplayer, so everybody gets their own phone and plays together trying to solve these puzzles in the game. It was used developing using Unity, and it was a really, really fun project to work on. I learned a lot of really great things. And one of those things, because this was an enterprise capstone, I was able to pitch at the Angel Fund, which is a fund here at Berry College that helps student startups, get some money backing so they can continue working on what they love to do. And so I was awarded with some money to work on this, and that was a really great opportunity for me. And also nice to know that people really enjoyed what I was doing and look forward to kind of seeing what happens next. So currently this game is on the Google Play Store. You can download it and play with your friends looking up Voyage Afar. And like I said, I learned a lot of really great things about this and just kind of opened up a new realm in the programming world. Just how do we actually network and connect with people, not just developing programs for one person. So that was a really awesome opportunity that I had to work on this semester. So what are kind of the next steps? So currently I've accepted a position as an engineer at Brasler USA. For those of you who know Andrew Myers, he currently works there. And so I'll be working with him, doing some great work over there. And so I'm really excited. That'll be in Savannah, Georgia. So I'll be moving there next month. And I'm really excited to kind of start the next kind of step in, my life. I also, like I said, was awarded with some funds from the Angel Fund to continue working on my capstone. And so just in my free time, I do look to kind of build upon my capstone and what I've been doing this semester, maybe look to bring it to iOS, and also just kind of look to keep doing what I enjoy, just kind of as a hobby. And so yeah, so I'm kind of excited for the next steps in life, and thank you all for listening.